once you've got the fires of being a very young company out and things are up and rolling and you're looking at where to go next, how can you, do you just sense it like Yoda-like in the data, or do you try to land an anchor customer, or what's the method?
Well, I'll frame it a little differently, right? I think what you try to find as you build these startups is what is the learning that's different than conventionally what people teach you in business school and in other companies, right? The way a big company makes a decision is going to be, look, do we make this better or not? Someone's got to go do the analysis and put together a proposal. And it's still a gamble at that point, but you're taking the best guess that you can, right? But you're going to deploy infrastructure, you're going to deploy people, and you want a structured way of thinking about things. And if it fails, it fails, right? And because it's a portfolio game at that size anyway. As a startup, you don't really have that luxury, right? If you say, look, I think auto is going to work, or newspapers is probably a better example because we saw it early in 2011.
Right, you went there before it was really clear.
Yeah.
Now, I think a lot of people have the sense, most serious newspapers now are trying to either do full subscription or a mix of ads and subscriptions. But when you started landing your first newspaper clients, that was far from obvious.
Well, we were in board meetings and talking about, I think there's something going on in newspapers, and our board was like, are you kidding? The newspaper industry is going to die. Why are you chasing that vertical? And then in the whole media sector, I think we announced in the earnings call is about 13% of our revenues now, right? So it's not insignificant.
I recall a healthy board discussion.
And so how do you bootstrap these decisions? How do you put feelers in? And so in this specific example, we're probably too big to do doing stuff like this anymore. We actually launched a product called Zuora for Media before we actually had a product. And we showed a demonstration of how this can work, and then we put a storyline around it of how we were going to save journalism, which is a little bombastic, but it gets the message across. And then we tested it, and then we got a bunch of inbound bites to tell us that this is going to be real. The other thing we said is, well, we don't want to build a vertical specific product. So how do we be really smart about taking the requirements from these things and then navigating what of it is generic that any company can use, and what of it is really specific to that company or even that industry. And for the things that are specific to the company industry, especially for a young company, right, because you're looking for leverage at that point, and so you don't want to go too far vertical or at all in your engineering. How do we let those type of things be customizations, not that our engineers are doing, but that our professional services team, again, this is the benefit of having that, or the customers can do, or a third party can do, right? And so you structure in such a way that allows you to put feelers in the marketplace and then learn and iterate really, really quickly.